And welcome back here at Star Flag Media. Today is April 5th, 2023. And today I am bringing you a little bit of another leak that we have coming this time from a YouTuber. Well, not a YouTuber, but a source. Here we have Tom Henderson. Uh, from Insider Gaming, I believe, and he has a leak, supposedly, or insider knowledge of a PlayStation 5 handheld that is in development. Uh, but hold your horses. It is not a handheld that any of us probably really will be investing any money into unless you are a die-hard Sony fan. And I'll explain. So, according to this leak, the PlayStation development team is working on new hardware that will feature a portable called in development, codename q-Lite. It requires a PlayStation 5. So there we have our first caveat, right? So here we have a handheld that you're probably going to be spending, knowing Sony, $200 to $300 on, and it doesn't work independently of the PlayStation 5. You need to be invested in your PlayStation 5. So much like the VR headset, which is already $550 without a game, you have to own a PlayStation 5 in order to even use that. And the PlayStation 5 is another 500 bucks. Um, and they are talking about a revision of a PlayStation 5 without the optical drive, and I'm not talking about the digital version. We're talking about an additional optical drive that they will be selling separate of the PlayStation. Hey, that might be something that I might look into investing, as my optical drive, I still haven't got that fixed. So, um, let's go a little further, right? So this thing requires a PlayStation 5. Basically, all it does is remote play, and it offers 1080p at 60 frames per second, according to this insider. Um, Here's another kicker, right? It's always online. It requires you to have an online connection. Um, Supposedly, the QA prototype is basically a PlayStation 5 controller with a 8-inch touchscreen in the middle. Sounds like either a Wii U gamepad, right, or a Nintendo Switch with the Joy Cons on the side, and then you have the gamepad in the center. Uh, the screen, I should say, in the center. The Wii U gamepad is basically that. Uh, so this thing has an 8-inch screen. My personal thoughts on this is a really a bad move for Sony. Sony is quickly making mistakes uh, when they are ahead of the game. Uh, but yeah, it sounds like Sony is going that route of Sega, right? So they have the Sega CD, they had the 32X, and they had you know the the Genesis and the Nomad and the Game Gear all out at the same time, and now we have got Sony here doing the same thing with this handheld that they're supposedly bringing out. Uh, it reminds me of the Wii U gamepad, except it basically the Wii U was right next to. You had to be within distance of the console itself. This thing brings nothing new to the table. You can right now get your PlayStation 5 controller, a tablet, and or your cell phone, which you will have always on you, and connect that with your remote play app to your PlayStation 5 right now, and do the exact same thing that Sony is going to supposedly be offering with this supposed handheld that's going to be coming out, and you don't have to go out and spend another $200 to $300 on this thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're thinking. I mean, yeah, it's only in a QA development cycle as far as we know right now, um, but man, I just don't see what Yeah, I just don't see what Sony's thinking on this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this is something that people want. And maybe I'm just getting old and I'm thinking not thinking outside the box. Maybe you do want to carry around a giant 8-inch tablet that works for nothing else except for your PlayStation 5's remote play. And always has to have an online connection for you to play your games. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. As always, you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv that /Starflag Media, or on YouTube at Starflag Media. And yeah, let me know in the comments and let me know what you think. And thanks for coming.